Okay, so judicial, we have seen in the previous class how Sher Shah Suri had divided the administration into central administration, provincial administration, right? To small provinces, and he had appointed heads for each and every department to make sure that the administration process is taken smoothly. Now let's see judicial administration. What does the word judicial mean? Any guesses? Judicial.
Justice.
Justice, very good. So making sure that justice is being given in his empire during his administrative system, he had brought up various changes. Let's see what are the changes or what are the reforms did he bring in the judicial system. Okay, administration of the judicial of justice was also set up in place in the Suri Empire. So first, to solve all the civil cases of Muslims, he appointed a person named whom he called as Qazi. Okay, so it was the Qazi who was responsible to solve all the civil cases. Underline that. Then it was the Sikdar who would resolve all the criminal cases. Okay, so Shikdar was given the duty of resolving all the criminal cases. All right, and then we have Mukaddam, who was responsible for detecting all the crimes and for bringing the culprits, all right, to justice. Fine. So these were the three people whom he had appointed to make sure that there is justice in his empire. So we had learned this, we came across this word Shikdar earlier also. What was the other duty of Shikdar? Any guesses? In the previous chapter class, I told Shikdar
Was
was
responsible for a pargana.
very good. He was responsible for a pargana also. Mukaddam, what was the other responsibility of the Mukaddam? We heard.
Mom, he ruled a village, head of a village.
He was the
Yes,
head of the
he was the
village.
head of the village. Okay. Along with that, now what is the other responsibility given to him? To detect the crimes and to bring the culprits to the justice. Now, if I will say in present day, who is the one who does the work of the Mukaddam in our society?
Village
The
panchayat.
judge.
In our society, where we are,
Chairperson,
how we are
chairperson.
going to
The
village.
judge.
Chairman.
Judge, no,
Chair.
no. It is the police. They are the ones who go to the crime, the places where the crime has been done. They detect the crimes, and they are the ones who bring the culprits to the court, right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is military reforms. Sher Shah Suri realized the need of having a strong army. Okay, so let me ask you one question. When he took up the throne, who were the enemies whom he had? We did this in the previous
The
previous.
Rajputs and the Mughals.
Very good. The
Rajputs and
Rajputs and
Mongols.
okay, so now he
Mughals.
know that these were his enemies, so he need to make sure that he maintain a strong standing army to protect his territory from these Afghans and the Mongols. All right, please underline this, to so protect his territory from the Afghans and from the Mongols. He had to maintain a standing army. Now let's see what things did he do to maintain a standing army. What does standing army means? For example, if anybody is attacking his territory,
Always alert army.
yes, they are always alert and they fight with them. Next, let's see what are the measures which he took up, okay, for these standing army. First of all, he directly recruited the soldiers and he personally gave them trainings. Underline that, okay. He himself recruited the soldiers and he himself gave them the trainings. Secondly, he paid the soldiers in cash. Okay, this we had done in the previous essay one also. This question was there for your essay one. Yes, do you all remember? Soldiers were paid in cash, and there were
Yes,
two things introduced. Who was the person who introduced this in the?
Khilji.
Very good, the Khilji. So Chehra and Dag. What does Chehra resemble? For what he had introduced Chehra?
Chehra was
Every
the
city.
branding of the horses.
Chehra
Sorry,
for the branding of the
Dag
horses.
was the branding
Soldiers
of
Che-
the
sorry,
horses.
sorry.
so attendants
Chehra
and
was the was a list of soldiers.
Yes, to maintain that every soldier have their attendance, to ensure the attendance of the soldiers, and so that there is no two different people with same name. Okay, so that was Chehra. Fine. What was Dag? Now tell. What is Dag?
Dog was the
Branding
brand
of
of
Branding of
horses.
horses.
So that they do not his
Mix with the
horses do not
inferior
mix up with
ones.
the inferior horses. Okay. Next is he also divided his army into small units, and he each unit was headed by a commander or a faujdar. Okay. Please underline chehra, dag. You all have done this before in the previous exam, SA1.
Yes, ma'am.
Underline divided army into small units. And who was the head of this army of the small units?
Faujdar.
It was the Faujdar. Okay. What does his personal army comprised of? Yes, Bhavya. How many? What the strength of his personal army?
1,50,000 cavalry, 25,000 infantry, and 5,000 elephants.
Elephants. So this was all his personal army. All right. Now, see, basically, he wanted to develop the transportation also. Why transportation? Because he thought, see, underline this. He also, in his empire, he also developed the good network of roads. What was the, you might get a give reason question upon this. Why did Sher Shah Sher Shah Suri focused on developing the network of roads? Number one, to make sure that, there's a quick movement of troops and equipment. Troops means his army men. All right. Second reason for developing the roads was to help in trade and commerce. Right. If the roads are connected, then definitely it is going to have an impact on trade and commerce. And what will happen if the trade and commerce increase, children?
Ma'am, his value and his economics will grow.
Correct. Economy. It is automatically going to affect the economy. Next is to ease the traveling, all right, of the people. So these were his main reasons why he had introduced good network of roads. Now, if you remember in the previous page, we came across the word Grand Trunk Road. Do you all remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is his, achievement, greatest contribution and achievement. What was his greatest contribution and achievement? Please underline that. It is that he built the Grand Trunk Road. Okay. Now this road, it stretched from Sonargaon, which is present Bangladesh. Where is Bangladesh in India? Towards east, west, or south?
East.
East.
Okay. To Peshawar, that is present in Pakistan at now. Okay. Now let's click on the image and see the road, which is so long. It is covering almost the entire. Can you see point A to point B? Point A is Peshawar, that is in present day Pakistan, and point B is Chittagong, right? So can you see the road? Right, it is the lengthiest and the longest road. Yes, next page.
Ma'am, I had a question, ma'am.
Just close the image. You can note it down. Next, this road stretch. Yeah, I did that. It was one of the oldest and longest road stretching for 2,500 kilometers. Please underline this. It was the oldest and the longest road of South Asia. And what was the length of this road?
2,500 kilometers.
Very good. 2,500 kilometers. Okay. Now, for the benefit and comfort of the travelers, he built up what? Houses, rest houses, which is called as sarais. Okay. And wells were also provided on these important roads. He also make sure that he planted trees on both sides of the rivers, so of the road. All right, so that the travelers can rest there. Along with that, the sarais also doubled up as dak chowkis, okay, or post houses with horsemen ready to carry royal mail. Now this Grand Trunk Road is still used for transportation in present day India and Pakistan. So this Grand Trunk Road is still there, in India, which is the longest road. Okay. Now, what did he do to ease the traveling for the travelers?
He made rest houses on the roads.
Yes, which were called as what?
Sarais.
Sarais.
And what else did he do
He
apart from
made
this?
Wells
he made
at
wells.
various intervals.
Yes, he made wells, he planted trees, and what else?
The sarais
Has
also
also
doubled as
doubled as
dark jockeys to carry
Yes,
the royal mail.
yes. Okay, got it. And this road is still present today. So if at all you all go or travel near the northern part or the eastern part, you can always have a look. This is the oldest road, you can say. Now, there's the author, which is Rudyard Kipling. He gave a small description in his book about this particular road, how he had witnessed this road. Okay, so basically this road, according to him, it had all the bankers, the barbers, the pilgrims, the potters, traveling on this road. Okay, they are coming and going. So for him, this road seems like a river. Okay, he thinks that it seems that everybody every time now and then they people are traveling from here and there. Okay, and he also adds about this road that the Grand Trunk Road is wonderful spectacle. Okay, it runs straight, bearing without crowding India's traffic for 1500 miles. Okay, so can you see, it can take so much of traffic, even if there is traffic, so it can bear those crowdings. Okay, and such a river of life as now nowhere else exists in the world. So according to him, this seems to him like a river. All right, so this is what he has just mentioned about this particular road in his book. Let's go on to the next page. Yes, trade and commerce. Now let's see what did he do to increase the trade and commerce in his particular empire. So the excellent, now what was the purpose of building roads? What why did he build good connectivity of roads? Who will tell me?
for ease of
For trading,
travel,
for
Travel.
Yes,
trading,
for
Movement
trading.
of
facilitate
troops and
movements of
Right.
equipments.
Yes, for the troops also and for trade and commerce also, right? So basically, when he had good network of roads, automatically the trade increased. Okay, underline this. The construction of roads automatically, boosted the trade immensely. Okay, so because of the roads, the trade had increased. Now it shows that Sher Shah was also concerned for the welfare and comfort of the merchants and the traders. So he was not just focused on increasing trade and commerce. He also looked after the, please underline, welfare and comfort of the merchants. All right, and for that, what did he do? He built well for them. He treated them well, and for making sure that these traders and zamindar merchants are at their comfort level. For that purpose, he made headmans and zamindars who would take up the responsibility of their safety and welfare. Please underline, headmen and zamindars, he made them responsible to take care of these merchants. Okay, he also introduced new weights and measures. Underline that. New weights and measures were introduced by him, which was called as the uniform standard. Okay, it was a uniform standard, means whichever province the people would travel, they would have same weights and measures. Earlier, it was not like that. Do you all remember when we studied in the previous chapter?
Yes, ma'am.
It was difficult for the people also to calculate. Now, two duties were assigned by him for the trade purpose. Okay, one duty was when the goods were brought from other country into our country. That was one duty. And the other duty was when we are from our country are exporting our goods to the other countries. So that's the reason he appointed two duties on trade. Please underline that. One, when the goods were brought into the country, and two, when the goods were sold. Apart from these, what else did he do to increase the trade and commerce was he issued new gold, silver, and copper coins. Please underline. new gold, silver, and copper coins. He also introduced his silver coin, which is called as rupaya, remained a standard coin for even years after his death. How many of you all have seen rupaya, silver coin? Earlier, when we were small, we had seen at that time,
Ma'am, I have seen it.
You have seen, na?
Ma'am, I
Yes.
have also seen.
Yes. So this shows that, even after his death, those coins were still used, right? So have you all understood trade and commerce, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, goods and services. Now, let me ask you all, whenever you all are buying any product from any mall or any shop, do you pay taxes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
GST.
Okay. What type of taxes do we pay throughout? Let me see
GST.
how much you all are, apart from GST. Where do you all pay taxes? Do you know that?
When we travel from one state to another, there are
And
people
poll.
toll.
So that is what?
Toll.
What that is what? Road
Ma'am,
tax.
toll tax.
Road tax.
Road tax. Okay, that is road tax. Because you're using the road, you are paying toll naka, you are paying road tax. Next.
Ma'am,
Road
in
tax.
restaurants, they
Hmm.
they charge a service tax for
Yes,
the food.
yes. Service tax is paid. Where else do you all pay the taxes?
Ma'am, petrol pump.
Why?
Ma'am,
How?
service tax.
Service tax. She said na service tax. Okay. If you all go to watch a movie, which type of a tax will you pay?
Entertainment tax.
Very good.
Ma'am,
Entertainment
ma'am.
tax.
When we
Very
enter
good.
in a mall, there is a charge for parking. The entry tax, ma'am.
Entry tax. Very good. Very good. Entry tax. So you are quite aware about the taxes which you all pay every day. Okay. Now let's see the list of taxes. Okay. GST. You know what is GST? Have you all seen
Yes,
GST in your
ma'am.
bills?
Yes, ma'am.
Added in your bills? GST.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So GST is a uniform indirect tax which is levied on goods and services across the country. Please underline what is a GST. Okay. It is a indirect tax which you pay on all the goods and services which throughout the country. Okay. Now, many developed nations tax manufacture, sale, and consumption using a single comprehensive tax. Okay, that means in every field they use only one uniform tax, that is the GST. Now, let's see about the other taxes. Central taxes, GST, would replace central excise duty, service tax, additional duties of excise, and customs. Do you know custom duties, custom tax, service tax? Are you all aware?
Ma'am, I don't know custom tax.
Yes, custom
Heard of
tax.
custom taxes, ma'am,
Yes.
but I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what you all have heard. Na? These are the types of taxes. Okay. And seizures and surcharges on supply of goods and services. So these are all the charges and taxes which you pay when you are supplying goods and services. Okay. Next is state taxes would replace VAT. Have you seen VAT in your bills? Whenever you get a bill, VAT, VAT tax.
Ma'am, no.
You all
No,
pay
ma'am.
that. You all pay that.
Ma'am, we have heard of it, but
Heard
Yes,
of
ma'am.
it? Research. Or do you want me to give you the answer?
Custom tax means, I think so,
I am talking about VAT tax now.
Value added tax.
Very good. Who said this?
Bhavya.
Bhavya. Very good, Bhavya. Okay, so you know that this is mentioned in your bills. Have you all seen that?
No, ma'am.
No,
You all don't check the bills. See
ma'am.
the
Just
bills.
GST.
Can we check?
Yeah, see the bills, you will find that. Then apart from that, you have central sales tax, you have purchase tax, as Pradyumna said, entry tax, entertainment tax, taxes on advertisement, lotteries, betting and gambling, and state seizures and surcharges. Okay, so these are all the list of taxes. Next page. Okay, the main objective of GST would be to eliminate excessive taxation. Central and state agencies often calculate taxes based on not on the original cost of the product, but over and above the several layers of tax already leave on the product. This negatively affects the gross domestic product of the nation. Okay, so GST is what the common, it's like a common tax which gives you the overall cost. It's not just gives you the original cost of the product, right? Overall cost including the taxes, different taxes which we had just studied. GST is also expected to incentivize tax evasion, lower taxes, and make businesses operations easier. Okay, so basically this has been brought so that the businesses and the operations which are being carried out, trade and commerce, it becomes easier. If you all have noticed, most of the shopkeepers do the same thing. If they give you a proper bill, with a letterhead, they will include GST, but most of the time they do not prefer giving that, and they tell that, okay, we'll exclude the GST tax and you have to pay only so and so. Have you noticed that?
Once.
Yes, you came across that one. So they always avoid paying the taxes. So you should always ask for a receipt whenever you're buying a product. Next is land revenue reforms. I'll stop you for today. It's almost time up. If you all have any questions, please ask.
Ma'am, 5 minutes are left.
Yes, they'll ask their questions, not their doubts. How many of you have you all understood till here, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you all understood till here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you all have any questions,